And I'm back. I have been thinking about extending the time, right? What time is it now? 11? Yeah, trying to get more closer to 10:30, maybe 10:15, and see how that feels. Start spending more time reading. Because I'm spending a lot of time, and if I'm gonna read a full book, right? Yeah, taking some extra time to read the actual book would probably be a good idea. So one can get through it faster. Yeah. Alright, we were just out with Angus. And we were chased by the ghost. That is not a ghost? The kidnapper. No idea what's going on. Last one says, thanks for the like. Yeah, thanks for the... Wait, thanks for like. Thanks for coming. They use that word a lot. The like word. Actually, I need to... I think I've pulled a muscle or something in my eye? I don't know. Somewhere around maybe my ass. I don't know. All my left side just hurts. It just hurts. Fucking old. Again, we live here. Yeah, you're in my living room. I'll accept the thanks. So, do you have an idea of what's going on? Last one says, are you in your 20s, Cider? No, I'm 34? Yeah, I'm 34. 33? No, 34. Getting to that time. I'm not old, but can't call myself young anymore. Not really. I'm supposed to be an adult. So, do you have an idea what's going on? There's a ghost that's in my head, or there's a ghost following me, or I have no idea. I have no idea. Last one says, lol, after a while you quit bothering to keep track. Yeah, right? It's just a number, right? Like when you turn 18, that's a big fucking deal. And when you turn 20 in Sweden, that's a big fucking deal. I mean, 25 is kind of cool, I guess. But one thing that I will know, and that's gonna be a deal to me, and I'm gonna remember that year because... I hadn't even thought about it, but I'm probably gonna try to have a midlife crisis when I'm 42, just because 42... 42. Best number. I have no idea, but there's a ghost, and it's after me. ... I know you guys don't believe me. It's not that I don't believe that something's happening with you. I just don't know that it's a ghost? Olgi Dinotap says, what happens at 25? That's a quarter of 100. It's just cool, I guess. And also, right, that's... biologically, neurologically speaking, that's around the time where you get to be an adult. 25, so that's where it kind of stops matter as much, I suppose. Blasphemous says, after 30, you're kind of just counting down till death. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about age or death, for that matter. But maybe, right? Yeah. But no, I get your point, Blasphemous, right? You develop, and you keep on developing somewhere between 25 and 30, right? And after that, life takes a turn for the worse, like purely physically. Your body starts deteriorating. Your mind starts deteriorating. Everything becomes harder. Oh, sorry, Sorxa. They said, "Can I see the cat?" The cat just left. Skywalker. Psst, psst, psst. Psst, 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 psst. Skywalker. Psst, psst, psst. I think he gets pissed. He doesn't like me sitting here. Come here. Psst, psst, psst. Come. Psst, 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 psst. Come over here. Psst, psst, psst. Here we go. You want to look into the camera? He does not want to look into the camera. So let's move the camera to him. Oh, he does not like this, eh? Does that work? Look into the camera. He does not like this now. Let me down. Let me down. I need a cat. There we go. Blasphemous says, "Oh my gosh, they stopped spamming emotes." There we go. Da el gato. Alright. We've got a cat. Alright. You can get some attention. I only need one hand. Actually, I can probably... Oh. 37 minutes till launch. Is it okay to restream that? Can I open it on stream, or do I have to look at it? Actually, I've seen plenty enough launches, I suppose. There you go. That's a cat. Alright. I just don't know that it's a ghost. So cute, yeah. He is cute, aren't you, Skywalker? Yeah. Yeah, dude. There are like 50 better explanations for all this. 50, yeah, probably. Banana Waffle Monkey says, "Your cat tax has been paid. You will continue to have the internet's respect." Oh, all the clout, just having a cat, eh? Yeah. He was a little bit disappointed in me yesterday. I was all like hyper focused on getting that bot stuff working. So he did not get enough attention yesterday. He did not like it. Blasphemous says, "If NASA gets mad about you restreaming, there'd be some real NASA holes." NASA holes? If you put 2 dots on the first A of NASA, that becomes NASA in Swedish, which is Swedish for nose. So it kind of looks like nassholes. Those holes rather than the one on the back. Oh, I just pointed at my face thinking you could see that. Doctor says, "I don't know how some people don't like cats. And this is a rhetorical question, so don't answer it." Oh man, but I like answering questions. I like answering questions. Personally, I like cats more than other animals. Dogs are just too much responsibility and work. Like what? You have like sudden stress migraines. Could be that. Lastman says, "Your cat sure does love to point its butt at you." He does indeed. He does indeed. I think he thinks that it's him being nice. I'm not sure though. That's the cat greeting, isn't it? But also it's in this seat, this is the only way he can feel comfortable, because he needs to have solid ground on his front paws. So he puts his front paws on the like armrest of the chair, because that is solid. And he needs that, otherwise he doesn't feel comfortable and he leaves. He could turn around, right? There's an armchair right down here as well. Of course, but so, I don't know. Sorxa says, I ever licked my cat? Just because of pure curiosity. Oh man, all that hair? That sounds gross. Colgatin on tap says that Nasavil... No. Nasevisas. Nasevisas? I don't know. It's Finnish. It's the Finnish word for smartass. Curiosity licked the cat. Yeah, right. It's actually less hairy than I expected. Nailed it. Score. Well, it depends on when you lick the cat, right? If they're changing the fur, then it will get terrible. And I suppose where you lick as well, but... Alright. Cat is gone. Alright. Where are we? I feel I get enough cat hair in my mouth as it is. I don't like it. Sorxa says, cats here don't have significant shedding seasons. Oh? There we go. They do here. Well, he has shedding seasons. It goes up and it goes down. Do they have sudden stress migraine seasons? Asks Banana Waffle Monkey. Yes. Well, I don't know about cats, but humans do for sure. Right. Autumn depression. That happens. You have like a, well, is it called depression then? Autumn anxiety? I don't know. Right. And you saw something that freaked you out. Also, gas leaks. And makes you stress out. I get migraines. And May, you've gone through a lot of life changes recently. And, I don't know, stress does weird things to people. It does indeed weird things. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm going up into the woods. I know this thing is up there. I know what I saw, and if you don't believe me, that's fine. Wait, both you and Angus saw the thing, though, right? And you fled from it. So, Angus, what do you say about this? I'll go alone. You're really gonna hike up past the basketball court? Yeah, what's going on? Angus saw that dude. Why isn't we talking about that thing? Blasphemous says May is going into the woods. This must be the end game. You think? Already? It's late, dude. What do you all care? You don't believe me anyway. I'll go. Listen, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in you. Aw, dude. Well, let's go find your ghost. But we just did find the ghost and we just ran away from it. That's just what happened. Before we ended up here, we just ran from the actual ghost. That is what happened. Just an hour ago. So why are you going back? It's weird. Sorxa says, maybe I'm dumb, but I never really understood the story. Oh, man. I don't know. It's up to interpretations, right? Understood the story. You made an interpretation of the story, right, Sorxa? Banana Waffle Monkey says, May doesn't understand either. And I think we're meant to feel as confused as her. Yeah, I got really confused by that last scene, right? I was confused that it was gas, but then we saw them being hunted, and Angus saw the thing that hunted us. I don't know. I was fixing to say something like that, but you said it better. Aw, you guys. It's not even ghost hunting season. Yeah, it's buck. Isn't it ghost hunting season? I don't know why, but in my mind, autumn is ghost hunting season. I don't know why, but that would be the season to hunt ghosts. Moving towards death, Halloween. Yeah, that would be it. Autumn. Allhelgona, as it's called. And that's not quite Halloween, but kinda. Yeah, Banana Waffle Monkey says Halloween is in autumn. And that makes sense, right? Because it's ghost hunting. In the north. Well, yeah, autumn. No? Going to winter and death. We're going to winter and death, while spring is rebirth and life, right? So ghost hunting, autumn. I like that. Maybe winter. Sorxa says, I'm confused why this game is popular, because it doesn't appear to me as a game that many people will like, even though I like it. It's a visual novel. I mean, I like it. Ah, good point, Banana Waffle Monkey says, because a lot of people feel like me. Yeah, it's a lot of growing up story, right? A lot of people liked Harry Potter, didn't they? About growing up, becoming an adult. Not being able to deal with adult reality, with life. Sarksa says, I think it might be a cultural difference thing, so I don't really get it. I mean, it's kind of universal becoming an adult, Sorksa, eh? Right? Going from being a teenager to becoming an adult. And all those changes, puberty and whatnot. Lasma says, is this really a visual novel? I mean, not really. I don't think it would be categorized as it. It's a reading experience, and that's what I'm after. It's a reading experience, right? Yeah, it's Buck. We're outlaws. Nice. Banana Waffle Monkey says, person has high expectations set on them. They don't live up to those expectations. They feel like a burden because of that. They watch other people moving forwards with their life while they feel stagnant. A lot of people go through that, yeah. I've gone through that. I feel a little bit like that nowadays as well, I suppose. Relatable. Sorxa says, also I played it quite a long time ago, so I don't fully remember it. Plasma says nasal? Wait, what's nasal? Thank you for believing me. Mostly, I just don't want you wandering around up there alone. At night. In the woods. At night. Close enough. Alright, let's hunt some ghosts. We missed a full thing, right? We never went to the graveyard. I wonder if this is moving towards the end and we just missed the graveyard. Banana Waffle Monkey says, it's a scratch and stiff adventure is how I'm going to interpret that. The nasal thing? Is that where your Swedish word for nose come from? probably they have the same etymology. Swedish is quite an old language. But probably, yeah, nasal. Nose probably is closely related to that as well, don't you think? Scratch and sniff? It's a scratch and sniff adventure. If you say so. Well, that's a fucking malapropism if I've ever made one. Do you like it scratched while stiff? Banana Waffle Monkey. That's what he said? Something like that, I don't know. Word stiff is just fun. Was it a Freudian thing? Do you feel like that about this story? Got the hots for May? Or Bay? Haven't been on a night hike in a long time. Or Greg, or Angus. Gotta listen for owls. Why? No reason. Alright. I got work in the morning. Let's go catch us a ghost. Oh, we're all of us out here. Sorcerer responds to the high expectation thing and says, I think that theme never really struck me as the main theme. The main theme? What's the main theme? And that probably struck me as that it's like growing up, feeling left behind. Blasphemous prefers May's mom. Oh, I don't like May's mom. He's religious, damn it, and behaves like it. She's very judgmental. Banana Waffle Monkey says, maybe it isn't, but it is a theme that hits deep for a lot of people. You can imagine. There's a lot of mood in this story. A lot of mood. I think that's what it does great. All the moods. Yeah. Blasphemous says, maybe they will all kill May and blame it on her ADHD and everyone will believe it. Yeah, just toss her off a cliff and get rid of her. I mean, after that discussion at the party with Bay, I don't see her doing it, but except for that, if she leaves that behind and if May says something stupid, I could see Bay wanting to get rid of May. I don't know about the other two. Angus is... Greg is fucking weirder than May, right? Greg is crazy. I don't even know what Greg is. Just mad. How have I never been back up here? Fences work? Nah, people are up here all the time. I came here when I was like 12. What's up here? Just old junk and trees and animals. Sorxa says, I mean more like, I relate to that theme, but I don't really see that theme very obviously when I was playing it. Yeah. What did you see, Sorxa, when you were playing it, if you remember? What is it, Bay? Nothing? Nothing? I was praying. Wow. Really? Yeah, let's go. Kinda feels like then, doesn't it? Wait. What? I think I heard an owl. Oh, hun. Greg got attacked by an owl, Bay. What? When? When we were breaking into that history place. I don't think they attack groups. Bug? Well, if I get mauled to death, I warned you all. I'll punch any owl that gets near you. Oh, thanks, Captain. Big dangerous Greg, scared of birds. I almost died from that owl. Says Sorxa. I think my impressions was mostly more of May's mental condition, and Greg is cute. Greg is mad. Yeah, and that, I mean, that is May's mental condition, right? She's having a weird fucking experience. Sorxa says, I really like the journal thingy. Yeah, I like the journal thingy. Wow. Gotta put all this stuff somewhere, I guess. You remember this from when you were 12, Greg? Yeah, I was scared of it. How did they even get all this back up in here? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I mean, I have a specific lens because one, we all do, right? That's what we all do. Have specific lenses. Death of the author, you are the interpreter. You are the one that creates the meaning, eh? Here we go. 1. My parents dropped out of college. 2. My sister dropped out of college. 3. I'm finishing up college, and that put a lot of pressure on me not to drop out like them. And in general, American students are horrified of dropping out because of how much money it costs. Oh, I can imagine. I've spent like 7.5 years in university, and I've got nothing to show for it. Except I'm pretty good at philosophy, but no one cares about philosophy, I suppose. Except us. We care about philosophy, and that's fine. Like, yeah. And semantics and psychology. Like, I've learned a lot of stuff. And I enjoyed learning all the stuff, but none of the skills to generate any money. But all that philosophy and psychology also has decoupled my thoughts of worth and value from that of monetary value. Right? Yep, no specific goal, just learning. Just learning. I like learning. I like thinking about stuff. Sorxa says, I think I can relate to moving because I've never moved. Oh, I think I can't relate to moving because I've never moved. Can't relate to childhood friends because I don't have any. Ah. Oof. My condolences. I've had friends and I've moved around a lot. I've been fairly stuck in the British Empire, but yeah, not only. Spent some time in Asia as well. Sorxa says, maybe I can relate more to dropping out now, since right now I'm not working in a field I studied. What did you study, Sorxa? Last one says, 16 minutes till launch. Shudder. What's up? Nothing. Just like all this old stuff out here. It's here every night when you go to sleep. So, it's out here in the dark. So old. So old, so old, so old. I'm actually scared the computer is gonna crash again. The fan is going nuts. Actually, I'm curious. What's this? I don't care about this. Oh. I mean, we're looking fine. Sorxa says, I studied biology. Oh, nice. I can't relate to having friends like that at all. Like in the story? Me neither. I didn't have any friends like this. I don't think. Blasphemous, what's wrong with your temps? I don't know. I think we're fine. Actually, wait. What's that other one? I downloaded another one to check the temperatures. That's the one, right? What's the one I downloaded? Oh man, I've got a lot of stuff installed, eh? I'm terrible with names. Bash top, there we go. Bash top. This gives temperatures, right? They're fine. Just fine. Bash top. Last one says Neofetch. Does Neofetch give you temperature? But on a waffle monkey says, and that's just the monetary side of it. There's a somewhat cult of intelligence/status associated with grades and circle jerking over what college or university you went with, and to drop out is just devastating to your self-worth a lot of the time if you don't have good fucking people in your life to tell you that you're not worthless because you dropped out of college or even just failed a course. To result and like comparing yourself to others is a mistake. Getting self-worth from comparison to others. Right? We're all our individual universe, right? And it has value. And from your point of view, there is no person more valuable than yourself, right? Thinking any other way would encourage you not to do that if that is what you did. If that's what you do. Oh, Blasphemous says yes, mine does. Neofetch gives temperature. Nice. I'll try to remember that. Sorxa says I had an ex who dropped out of college. And they're just kind of meh. Like, Right, that's actually where social media becomes an issue, right? Social media and TV and ideologies, because we look at people and we enjoy looking at experts, right? We were talking about people who are excellent in their field, sports and all that. And that's all fine and dandy. The problem is when you start comparing yourself to them. Like, oh man, I'm not rich as Elon Musk. Oh man, I'm not fast as... Fuck, I don't know any sports people. You get my point. You only see the good things because people outwardly present the best things usually. Right? You don't present your flaws. That makes sense, right? It's embarrassing to present your flaws. Basman says, I like to use glances for system monitoring. Actually, I don't think that's... Nope. This is the one? Glances. I've been a little bit unhappy. I've been using HTOP for so long, but I've been a little bit unhappy with it. Alright, we can look. This is it, right? GitHub Oracle glances, yeah. Actually, let's make it bigger. Alright, what do we have? CPU, memory. What's all this stuff? Network, disk space, oh I like that. Temperature sensors, I like that. HTOP does not have that, that's an issue. We got battery. What's this? Containers? Oh, Docker containers. Tasks and processes. Dropbox, Python. What else do we have? This is just the same. Oh, is it a GUI? It's not a terminal thing. Wait, how does that work? No, wait. Web UI. No terminal at hand. Use the built-in web UI to monitor your system from any device. Oh. Oh. So I can do it from the phone. This is for the phone. I can monitor my computer from my phone. That's gotta be it, right? Got an API, cross-platform, written in Python. And we can check graphs. Yeah, it is terminal, sure. Yeah, it looks all right. I miss GPU. Wonder why I always miss GPU stuff. Alright. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I present a reasonable amount of flaw in the first impression, but I hate formality. Sorxa says, but I already knew since I was a kid that I would be good at school and horrible at working. I did not know that as a kid. I cannot relate to that at all. Sorxa continues, people were always impressed by my grades and never understood it because I know it means nothing. Oh, that I can relate to. I got to hear throughout my school years. They were saying like, oh, if you just put in a little bit more effort, everything would work out great. Nobody took the time and effort, though, to look into why didn't I put in any effort, because I did not put in any effort into school. So I got kind of left behind. I was one of those kids. Teachers didn't notice me. Well, yeah, I was just a chameleon. I was not noticed. And I was happy that way, because when I were noticed, it was always bad. Not always, but most often. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I imagine you were praised for intelligence more than you were praised for efforts. Sorxa? Yeah, that was my praise for intelligence. It's a dumb thing to praise. Blasphemous says, I suppose you can also use it via web. Never tried that. Yeah, like monitor via distance, right? If you have, like, that won't be useful to me, but if you have a lot of stuff running, right? If you, like, yeah, do a lot of rendering or whatever, where the computer runs for hours on end when you're not at the computer, you could use it like that, I suppose. Sorxa answers to the intelligence thing. I think so. But I don't blame them, since I'm lazy. You're not lazy. You're efficient, Sorxa. You're efficient. Lasma says, why did you not put in effort? I don't know about Sorxa, but for me, I didn't have to. I never had to put in any effort, so I never learned how to put in any effort. That's why I'm efficient. Right? I have an aptitude for studying. Yeah, No, actually, I have an aptitude I have an aptitude for, like, my semantically focused mind makes it so I test well. Theoretical tests, I can just figure them out and give good answers. So I don't have to make an effort, so why would I? Why would I? 4 minutes to launch. Right. Blasphemous says, maybe if Cider McDread is mining and wants to go out and make sure his computer didn't blow up. Yeah, maybe. But it doesn't blow up, it's fine. I've looked at it, right? The graphic cards becomes a little bit hot, but it's fine. It's like, it doesn't go over 70 Celsius. Oh, that doesn't say anything to you, but that's fine. It's fine. Maybe in the summer, if it gets hotter, I might have to think about it. But then, rather than opening my phone, I'll just walk over to the computer and look at it. I don't spend a lot of time outdoors, right? Let's see, where were we? Sorxa says, but now people still think I'm lazy even though I'm working my best every day. Right? Why should you, like... Yeah, that's it, right? Compared to other people. I'm doing my best. I was doing my best as well. I didn't spend any effort to get a good test scoring, but, I mean, I did my best. I suppose everybody's always doing their best. Well then, if everybody's always doing their best, no one is ever doing their worst. I don't know. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I don't like the way people use the word lazy. I'm ambivalent towards it. I don't like it when it's used to describe me because of the negative connotations. But then again, I don't know. Banana Waffle Monkey says, it's usually the end of a discussion when it should be the start of it. Especially in school, right? Yeah. A teacher seen a student as lazy is... I would argue that's a mistake from the teacher, having that as the end of the discussion, yeah. Indeed. Banana Waffle Monkey continues, that is, when you think someone is being lazy, you should use that to then try and figure out why they might not want to do something. Yep. But that's just a teacher in me, lol. Yeah, I like that approach. Like, what is this laziness? Where does it come from? What is it? Why are you behaving like this? Sorxa says, I feel that people are all hardworking if they are mentally healthy and in the right situation/conditions, i.e. the correct field, good working conditions. I suppose. 2 minutes, says Blasphemous. If you want to check the NASA thing. 1 minute. Should I switch over, do you think? I'm gonna have it on mute. Look at the launch. Let's see. Banana Waffle Monkey says, lol, I got an 83 on my pre-calc final in high school even though I forgot to bring a calculator. I'm guessing 100 is the max? That's a pretty good result, I suppose. Blasphemous says, I read someone say 7800 is better for mining than 6800. I would assume so. I don't know, though. I wouldn't know. I haven't looked into it a lot. Oh, here we go. Blast off. Goodbye, rocket. Have a good flight. No, kidding. Alright, Blasphemous said, look at all that white stuff coming out of the falcon-shaped object. Lovely. Lovely indeed. Oh, that is a good location for that camera. We even get some American propaganda. No, is it propaganda? The American flag. We got an American flag. Thank you. We really wanted that. But it was still beautiful picture, right? A beautiful picture indeed. Well, they don't go through Russia anymore, I suppose. Blasphema says, please don't explode. Yeah, please don't. That would be... I don't know how often that happens anymore. Explosions. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I hope they brought enough Ultra Balls to catch Deoxys this time. That sounds like a Pokemon thing. I don't get it though. Just like... What is the correct field, by the way, Sorxa? Good working conditions? Being healthy, I like. But correct field. Banana Waffle Monkey says, Deoxys is a Pokemon associated with space. Called it. I had no idea, but I called it. Alright. And they're going to ISS. Are they gonna stream the... How long does it take for them to reach ISS? When do they reach ISS? Probably a long time just to line everything up. Probably takes a long time. Sorxa says, I mean correct field as in the field that feels correct for the person working in it. That's so weird. Because I worked at a hospital. No, a prison. I don't know why I thought hospital. And as a teacher. Yeah, I was a teacher in a prison. And that was... It felt really great. I was good at it. I was helping people to become better. I enjoyed it and everything. That... I guess that follows your point. It didn't feel correct. Blasphema says, Cider, did they act just like the Stanford prison experiment? Some of them did, yeah. Not just that, right? There were like cameras everywhere and oversight. We had oversight. They didn't have oversight in the Stanford prison experiment. But yeah, a lot of people who end up working in prisons, they trample all over the inmates. They like doing that. So in similar regards, yeah. Indeed. I remember once like one of the inmates had some bureaucracy that really had to be done. So he filled in papers and then he had to send papers to his parents that they had to fill in and had to be sent in for, and all that takes a lot of time because everything in prisons take time, right? Bureaucracy takes time. And then when it came back, that paper, the thing that was most important, like the most important line of that document had been Tippexed out. You could see it. It was clearly Tippexed out and then copied. And you could see someone took the time to just take the Tippex and remove the most important line from the bureaucratic document, which led him to like a process that took maybe a month. He had to redo the whole thing. And that was someone working at the prison did that. Definitely. Banana Waffle Monkey says, Sorxa is making your argument for when you said there were a lot of jobs that exist that don't need to exist. Yeah, oh, actually, yeah, that's an extra argument for it. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Those feelings end up, right? There's a lot of bullshit jobs that are just pointless. Pointless jobs. Just get rid of them. Blasphemous says, I think COVID proved that point. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have had a pointless job that didn't contribute anything to society, right? Other than generating money. But generating money is an abstract thing, right? What was the actual value for society, that job? But a lot of people have had those jobs. I've had plenty of them. They suck. I tried telling people that for years, but they didn't believe me. That's blasphemous. Wait, what point was proved by COVID? Fuck, I missed the context. I'm sorry, blasphemous. The pointless jobs? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I worded that poorly. I'm trying to say, I think they're making an argument that loosely relates to the one you made previously. Yeah, I can see that, right? A pointless, like... Right, some people are good at maths, some people are good at other stuff, right? Some people are introverts and should not work with people. Yeah. And those places will not feel correct. And I would assume that there is something gnawing when you have a job that doesn't fulfill any point, that you get that gnawing feeling. This doesn't feel very well. Last one says, is this filmed in a studio / sarcasm? Banana Wolf looks, no, obviously it's CGI. Yeah, of course CGI. Sorkson says, wait, so the jobs that don't need to exist are meant for people to feel like they're in the correct job. Is that what you're saying, or am I missing something? Oh, Blasphemous says, yes? No. I think those jobs exist to make the economic system go round and around. Consumerism. I think that's it. Think consumerism is the unhindered growth. Like, we need to grow, more money, more money, more money, more money. And that leads to making stuff worse. Creating jobs just to generate more money. Like commercial, for example. They make the world a worse place. Blasphemous says yes to pointless. Yeah, the pointless jobs. Right? The PR firms spending billions of dollars just manipulating people into buying unhealthy stuff. Like cigarettes and Coca-Cola. Or McDonald's, eating McDonald's every day. It's not very healthy, right? Those things. And PR now is about manipulating people. That's what it's about. It's not about trying to make the world a better place. It's about generating more money. And what does that help? It makes the world, it makes society a worse place. That job is pointless. Nice. Blasphemous says, they need to create jobs. I like it. Create jobs that make you think that you need to live in this way and that we cannot live in other ways. Banana Waffle Monkey says, Blasphemous, you forgot Alt 0153. What's that? What is that? Banana Waffle Monkey. They need to create jobs to make you think that you would live that you need to live this way. No, they need to create jobs for you to have an income. To be able to afford a place to live and pay for your food. I don't... But I get your point, right? If you have a pointless job, then there has to be some mental gymnastics to make that job feel meaningful to you. Right, there is this I don't like this trend. Gamification. Right, this is happening. Gamification is a strategic attempt to enhance systems, services, organization, and activities in order to create similar experiences to those experienced when playing games, in order to motivate and engage users, right? The job you're making is pointless, so therefore we make the job feel like a game to trick your brain into producing dopamine, because you're not motivated by the job itself, because the job is what? Pointless. Alt code? What's an alt code? Does that work on Linux? I don't think so. Alright. 0153. This is what happened when I don't know. If I remember, that's for specific letters, right? Lasman says, I'm concerned that the live CGI broke. It might have, yeah. Why do you think they're sending the rockets there? They're trying to fix the CGI. Nice. That's why Cider went to a different link. Yeah. Right? Can't show you that it's all fake. Need to take it away. Can't know. Can't show that the Earth is flat. Sorxa says, but even though biofield is supposedly meaningful, I just feel wrong in it. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Just like my job, right? It was very meaningful, my job at the prison. Very meaningful teaching there. But I still felt wrong because I felt bad about it because it was a lot of social work. Emotional work, social work, and that's... I don't have an aptitude for that. The social bits, not good at it. Blasphemous says, is your keyboard 10 keyless? I think so. I don't have a 10 key. I have a 1 through 0. I don't know what that means. Blasphemous says, Cider, did you play Kerbal Space Program? I started it up a couple of times, but I never really got stuck in it. But that's on the list, because I think it's gonna be a game that I'm gonna enjoy. It's just... I've started it up like 2 or 3 times, but I've like just dropped it immediately. I've neglected to put the effort in. Anyone else than I that has gotten tired by this repetitive baseline and is super annoyed by it? Just me? Banana Waffle Monkey says, wait, I want to see what's going on with May. Let's see. Dude. Hey, May. I'm fine. We should go back. This is stupid. No, it's fine. Ghost hunt. Woo, fun. Kind of feels like there might be some magic happening. Why is it bright over here? Is there a fire? Or is that light pollution or something like that? Oh. Oh, now I get it. Banana Waffle Monkey says it was the TM icon. Fuck that icon. Trademark. What did he say? Pointless jobs, TM? I don't know. Ah, they TM. There we go. I get it now. They TM. What the... Huh. Oh my god. What the... No, no. Ah, hell, he's awake already. Anyone got any juice? No, no, guys. Oh, hell. Guys, wait. Lerv, you knew this was gonna happen. You knew it the moment you screwed up this whole thing up. What is happening? Is this the secret society with the teeth? It's still living on? How many are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't remember how many they were. Blasphemous says, nice, I thought there might have been a cult involved. Yeah, that secret society thing? That just went straight past me. The cult thing? I was just the sunshine of my ideas. It was the gas leak. It was the gas leak. I was convinced. Banana Waffle Monkey says, well, that's a vault face? I don't know what that means. If I've ever seen one, though I haven't caught every stream. Like something really surprising, unexpected. Is that a vault face? And is it pronounced that way? I mean, but it has to be that secret society then, if there's a cult. Alright. You knew it the moment you screwed this whole thing up. It ain't like you weren't on the other side of this before. It was a mistake. I owned up to it. Lerv, this is you owning up to it. Aren't I allowed to make one mistake? One mistake? You left a goddamn arm in front of the click-clack. Yeah, like a plot twist, but more generally just a rapid shift. Rapid shift. Yeah, the gears shifted. What the fuck just happened? Alright. The cult... cutting off arms, eh? Left an arm in front of the click-clack. Because of you, God knows what's gonna happen to this town. To the town? What was I supposed to do? It was your screw-up. His legs stuck. And it wasn't like you couldn't have called any of us. I panicked, okay? I was embarrassed. I sure wish you'd called me Lerv. Fuck, I don't remember. Have we seen the name Lerv before? I'm terrible with name. Blasphemous says, I swear I have not played this before. I believe you. Oh, fuck, I missed... Blasphemous said before, remember when you found the arm with the tattoo that I thought was cult-related? I didn't remember the cult-related thing, but I'll take your word for it, right? No, yeah, the tattoo. I completely forgot about the tattoo. Yeah, I forgot about the tattoo completely. That's a good call-out, good prediction, Blasphemous. Nice indeed. You think any of us want to do this? Guys, we can figure something out. Nothing to figure out. But I got a family. Lerv, don't insult us. You know you don't gotta worry about Jeannie and the girls. Jeannie? Don't remember that name either. I'm terrible with names. They will be completely taken care of. They'll never want for nothing. Because we're gonna shoot him in the face and they won't need anything. He's not gonna budge with that leg sticking straight out. Aw, hell. Dave, Rick, Benny, guys, you know me. A lot of weird names. Colgate In on Tap says to Adventure 95, do you have your hop gardens in check? Don't call them out, Colgate In on Tap. Shh. Banana Waffle Monkey says the text box is oscillating in the same way as the body on the ground, and the text boxes have done that the whole game. Huh. I mean, I suppose. Not quite. Maybe the previous one did. But yeah. The graphics are quite simple. Yeah, I kind of want to call it a visual novel, kind of. Not really, but it's a narrative experience. I don't see it. They move differently. Lasma says, does adventurer know yet? Maybe not. Maybe not. Gotta keep those coppers at bay, eh? Alright, Dave. You hold them. I'm sorry, Lerv. You know we got no choice. And I'd appreciate it if you stopped laying a guilt trap on us. Are they gonna kill him or what? No, no, no. Hold him still. No. Ah! Hold still. This is gonna go easier if... Ah! Alright, he's free. Lerv? Ah! Lasma says, this is proof Illuminati is real? Yes, of course. We've seen the triangle with the eye in it before. Lerv? Ain't no one can hear you this far out. You're just putting yourself through more anguish and... Oh, hell. Let's get this over with. Wish you'd just make this easier, Lerv. Oh god, his bone's sticking out. Gasp. The hell? Who gasped? May? Shut the fuck up. It was May who gasped, by the way, because of the white collar. Banana Wafflemike says, did they tickle him? I don't see the limbs flying around yet. Never mind. Yeah, no, he was stuck under the rock and they pulled him out. Sorxa says, who else? About Illuminati? I'm shocked May hasn't skipped past them yet. Well, May did the gasp, and someone said, the hell? Shit! May? May Borowski? Oh. They even heard her. Alright. Run! Run, May! I'm not controlling this. Oh. I can jump, though. Whoops. Did I... Uh-oh. Did I screw it up? I mean, it just worked until I started jumping. Then when I jumped into that thing, we crashed. Cider just killed May. Oh no. Part 4, the end of everything. May did die. May is a secret cult leader, and she's dead. Finally. Wait, what just happened? Nice. Nice. Yep. I barely remember how to play this. It's like riding a bike. I play this game in my head when I'm falling asleep. I've had games like that. Did May die? It kind of seems like May died, right? I'll like go over the plot of books I've read. Oh, look at the smarty. I try to remember every place I've ever been. In order. Wow. Oh, nice. Thanks, Plasmus. Don't worry, May has 5 more out of her 9 lives. Great. Alright, well. What just happened? What is going on? Oh, she did survive. Oh, she lost 1 of her 9 lives. Yep. She's in the hospital. So, no word from her parents? Nope. Did you leave a message or... That's bad, right? Yep. Yep. Thanks, guys. This game had a great soundtrack. Very high school summer. I listened to like half of the bands on it. We're going to see the Blank Tones in a few days. Or we were. I don't know. Alright, so we're just a few days off from whatever happened. Banana waffle Marcus is good old empathy cannon. Wait, empathy cannon? What do you mean? That's an incredibly idiosyncratic term I use when a video game shifts around who you control. Empathy cannon. Idiosyncratic. I mean, we've been feeling empathy for Bay this whole... I've felt more sorry for Bay than May this whole game. I don't know about you guys. I played this until I broke one of the sticks. Wow, that's harsh. I don't screw around, or it was a stressful time senior year. I don't screw around. That's the spirit. I don't see anyone out there. Just wait, he'll be back. Wait, so we still have no idea who this is. And the cops? Big guy, dirty coat, or several. They could swap out. I can't tell. Getting dark earlier. What's happening? Okay, so this Angus. What do you have to say, Angus? Want some brownies? I'm making brownies and... Yeah? Maybe lasagna. Lasagna? Brownies? I got some mix last week. Why all the food? Need to eat. Everyone needs to eat. Aren't you like scared and worried? Lasagna. Cats love lasagna, says Banana Waffle Monkey. Lasma says May wouldn't be alive if she was not the leader. She was the one who got herself hurt. Your mileage may vary. Sork says, and no wonder I like lasagna. My cat would probably love it as well. I make a mean lasagna. It's not like a regular one. It's like with chili and banana and bacon and peanuts. It's great. Colgate Untitled says, what's mileage? When you buy a car, you get a specific mileage, how long the car goes before it breaks down. I think this is the origin of the term. So it says, like, your mileage may vary. Like, your cat might not like lasagna, is what he's saying. Lasmus is confused by Cider's lasagna. Yeah, it's very tasty, though. Like banana, chili, and peanuts and bacon. It goes great together. Goes great. You top it off, like fill it up on the top with the peanuts, so they get half baked by the cream and half roasted by the hot oven. Did you come up with that recipe yourself? Not really. It's a Swedish thing called Flying Jacob. I don't know if that's. I'm actually curious if it's Flying Jacob. Like that? This is wow. That didn't look very great. Alright, with chicken, but I don't do chicken. I do like corn fillet or something. You can do it with pork as well. I don't like chicken, so I don't do that. And I don't do the onion either, for that matter. Alright. But chicken is the base, right? And I would think if you like chicken, that is the way to do it. So chicken, bacon, heavy cream, curry powder. Yeah, curry powder. That's the chili. Curry powder. Sweet chili sauce. You can have more. bring more sweet chili sauce. Chicken stock cubes, salt and pepper to the taste, and sliced bananas and peanuts. Yeah. And then you can do these, right? The bacon and the chicken, you can do it as a lasagna between each floor. I don't know what to call them. You can put one of the things. I usually take the bananas and then the peanuts on top, and the other ones doesn't really matter which order. Blasphemy says, yeah, no onions, thanks. I love onions, but I need raw onions. I don't like when the onions are heated up. Don't like it. Blasphemy says, I can go to eat at Cider's because he doesn't use onions. Never mind. But that's also a good thing, right? Because raw onions are... You have that on the side because not everybody likes it. Banana Waffle Monkey says, extra onions, hold the bananas. I'm not a cannibal. Nice. Yeah, it's tasty. It's a common Swedish thing. I like it. And since I have a lot of vegetarians, I do it with bacon and like a corn thing, right? Replace the bacon with bacon and some corn stuff. It works out fine. Otherwise, it's all the same, except for the onions, though. Have to get rid of the onions. Rasmus says, the dish was invented by Ove Jakobsson, who worked in the air freight industry, hence the name. Oh. There we go. Flying Jacob. Huh. Didn't know that. I call it flying lasagna. Or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty much the same. I just put the lasagna stuff in it. Otherwise, you can take rice, or I think it's usually used with rice, but you can do it with pasta. I'm not a big fan of rice, and it's easier to just put the thing in there, stuff in there. Cider, do you know a singer from Sweden named Winona Oak? Asks Blasphemous. No, I don't think so. I've never heard it before. Winona Oak. Sorry, no. More of a metalhead. I don't know if that's metal. And also, I'm terrible with names. So, there's that. Aren't you, like, scared and worried? Good dinner makes everyone feel better. Someone's got to take care of you. Thanks, Angus. You're extremely good. Aw, no more than anyone else. So that guy you saw in the woods at Possum Jump? Yep. Were those guys like that guy? Yep, sorta. He had a hat. I need to defrost the lasagna. Or do I? Do you cook it frozen? Oh, no answer, eh? Guys, this is a bad situation. Yep. Yes, Wait, everybody, shut up. Someone's coming. And it's a he, not a she, eh? What? I heard it too. Seriously? What? There's someone standing outside the door. What? Everybody be very quiet. Oh my god. And we cut to black. What is happening? What is happening? Oh, she fell down. Alone in the forest, eh? That's why she didn't get caught. She might not be the cult leader yet. Riveting gameplay, this. Actually, I've had one game where that was riveting gameplay. Bastion. If you haven't played that, Bastion had a moment like that. With this type of gameplay, it's fucking great. Fucking great. Walking simulator. I think I've seen it before as well. Ooh. That makes me remember. I need to go back to Hades as well. I didn't finish the true ending on Hades. I need to do that. The true ending on Hades? Yeah. Blasphemous says Bastion was a good game. Yep. Supergiant. Great games all around. Ooh, that's a reading experience, the sports game. There's a lot of reading in that, right? I haven't played that full game yet, the sports game. But that's the only one I haven't played. All the other games were great. Bastion. Fuck, what's that with the woman? Transistor. Transistor was... It was my favorite until Hades. But I suppose... Hades was just too good. God is here. But Transistor, it's amazing. Transistor is just mind-bogglingly amazing. I want to replay that as well. The build, you know me, I like doing building characters and stuff, and the building aspects of that. The combat leaves a little bit to be desired, but the building aspect of the character is just great. It's great stuff. Banana Wafflemonk says, you're gonna love the start of Tales of the Neon Sea then. The opening scene, I don't know if that has building. For the opening scene, yeah. Tales of the Neon Sea. That was in Epic, right? We got that from Epic. Tales of the Neon Sea. I remember seeing that before. Is that a reading experience? God is here. In this room. I believe that. Times like this, we can call out. And know that our cries are heard. Oh, really? Are you really saying that? Sniff. While we're here, maybe someone would like to say something about May. What is happening? That'd be nice. May is my friend. Please God, let May be okay. She's really a nice person. Why aren't they at the hospital? What's going on? Even if she doesn't know it, I wrote her a part in a movie I want to make. Thrill Kill Witch Cult. Nice. I know she'd appreciate that. Who are you again? Laurie Myers. Thank you, Laurie. Anyone else? May is a good girl. She and I explored the stars, and she loved to hear about them. Well, is this a funeral? It sounds like a funeral. Banana Wafflemonk says, it's easier to have a Deus Ex Machina in the church than in a hospital. I disagree with that. It's easier to... But... Alright, we found the magic pill and now she's safe. You can suspend your disbelief. Not you. I can suspend my disbelief from a Deus Ex Machina in a hospital further than I could in a church. Right? For me, this game has been mostly... Actually, it has been seeming a little bit magical. Thriller-like unexplainable stuff happened. But it seems like it was just a cult. But her dreams still... Maybe that was just stress. And she loved to hear about them. I'm sorry. It can be difficult. Anyone else? Wait, why is she lying right there? If this is a funeral, why is she lying right there? What's going on? I've always known May as the kid down the street. A little younger than me, but tough. Been through it in the past couple of years. Addiction, jail, rehab, divorce. Divorce, eh? And I just think it's not fair that May of all people should have trouble. Where's the God in that? Where's the higher power? This is all a bunch of bullshit. Thank you, Selma. Anyone else? I'll say something. Who's this? I don't recognize this at all. May Borowski's always been a menace, and I called the police on her more than once. Oh, it was probably the dude we first met when we left the home. Hope she wakes up and learns a lesson. That's all I got to say. Okay. Thank you, William. I'll speak up. Go ahead. May was a daughter to all of us on the block. Speak for yourself. Sometimes folks is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Hope we found out exactly what happened to her. Oh, we know. Her friends told us. Yeah, they were out in the woods at night. A night in the woods, eh? Down the end of Center Avenue. And someone was out there hunting illegally. And they got shot at. And May fell and... She must have fallen off a million of things a million times. All it takes is landing the wrong way one time and... Oh, well... Hope she wakes up soon and tells us all about it. See if she remembers who done it. I'm sure she... Oh, look at that. We are at the hospital. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. What's happened to this one? Do we know you? Are you here to clean up? Nah, supposed to be fixing a door. In here? Nope. Okay, so she's gonna be fine. For today, leastways. What? What? Who are you? Janitor. The house is gone. May! Oh, thank God. What did you say, May? It's dead. What's dead, honey? May, honey? Everything. Oh. Banana Waffle Monkey says, wait, the text bubble is coming out of your head. What does the janitor look like? Oh, I'm sorry. Missed that. He has a beard, he's long, and he has a beak, so he's like a long kind of bird. Ugh, we woke up. It was the first one we met, actually. The first person we met in the game was the janitor. Well, I can bring up a picture of him if you want to, Banana Waffle Monkey, if you care enough. Probably got. Wait. Maybe. Lasmus says, have you ever played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? I have not. I've heard good things. Do you recommend it, Blasphemous? There's a new Vampire Bloodlines coming, right? Vampire the Masquerade. But I've heard terrible things that stuff has not gone very well with the development of that game, so it's probably not gonna live up to expectations. Ugh. That's all I know. Wait. What's going on? Leave me alone, squirrel. Oh, okay, we're not going that way. That's gonna take way too long to go that route. Are we serious? Is this what we're doing? What if I was supposed to go right there? Lasmus says, May looks bigger. Was she in a coma for a few years? Oh, we just zoomed in. We're zoomed in. We're zoomed in, yeah. Also, you get smaller by being in a coma for a few years, no? Lasmus says, maybe it's just zoomed in more, yeah. Do you grow in a coma? You don't get fat, I don't think. But I mean, your You're still alive. The living process, like your hair and your nails and whatnot, still grows, right? And I'm assuming a teenager that hasn't finished growing would continue. Oh my, oh, we just saw them waiting, and now we cut to the same. Rasmus, your hair grows when you're dead still? Ooh. I don't know, I don't think so. But everything stops when you're dead, no? I have no idea. May? Oh my god, May? Holy shit, it's May. It's me. You came back to life. I don't think she was dead. Pizza party! I'm feeling woozy. You should lay down. You can sleep in our bed. I feel weird about that. How about the couch? Do I have to stop playing? No, the sound is good. Lasma says maybe I was thinking of something else. Blasphemous quotes, hair and fingernails may appear longer after death, but not because they are still growing. Instead, a person's fingernails and hair may appear longer because the skin around them has retracted. Alright, it dries out and retracts, so they appear longer. Her mom said it's okay to keep her here. Oh, there we go. I'll drive her home later. So she just like wandered out of her house? Yeah, and all the way here. Jeez. Lucky she didn't pass out somewhere there. I sure hope she's alright. Both of you, shh. No. What? It's less noisy. Damn it. So, how well do you know this guy? We order pizza, what, twice a week? At least. From out by the highway now since past abilities closed down. Lasman says maybe May is going to calm the fuck down now. Probably not. Probably not. That's not her personality, right? I thought you two were trying to save money. What? Don't police our lifestyle, Bay. Nice. Banana Waffle Monkey says, calling it now. Pizza comes, May wakes the fuck up and eats all the pizza. I could see that happening. And not calming the fuck down. But I could see it as well. Right? Her being very demoralized about everything that just happened. Last one, this. Oh, and her name was B? I thought it was Bay. Bay B. B-A. Bay E? B. It's Beatrice, no? I think it's Beatrice, yeah. Beatrice. So B. Beatrice? B. Whatever. Okay, well, just as long as we're sure that the delivery guy is safe, I can spot him through the keyhole. If it's not him, we'll turn off the light. And I guess hide here until we die. Alright, well, as long as there's a plan. Hello? Look who's awake. It's him, it's the pizza guy. Pizza's here. What was that green thing? Banana waffle maker says, got him. Mm-hmm. So what happened? We called the cops. Your aunt and some guy fished you out of the woods. You were like in a coma. Did you die? Nah, I just took a very long nap. Nice. Yeah, nice. Oh, she's not eating the pizza. She takes the pizza, but she's not eating it. I had this dream, or like a vision, or I time traveled, actually. I don't think we're gonna finish the game, and we just hit a save point. Blasphemous says, wow, they put the crust back. They did indeed. The worst. Actually, I don't mind people putting the crust back. I'll just eat the crust. Whatever's left over. On the other hand, like where I come from, we don't share pizza. Maybe we split them down the middle and can share them that way, right? But we share percentage wise. So if they just don't eat their crust, if I want some more, I'll just eat the crust. Lasma says, I don't understand people wanting to be referred as they. That's people who consider themselves non-binary, right? They don't consider themselves women or men, gender-wise. Wanting to be referred to as they. We have a specific word for it. We have a specific pronoun in Swedish. I like that. Right? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I'm off to bed now. Fatigue is a powerful sedative. Yeah, sleep tight. Sleep tight. Nice of you to hang out. See you next time. I kind of like that, having an extra word, like he, she, and them, or they. Or like we have a specific word for it, right? I like that. It has many usages. Lastman says to Adventure 95, can you explain how people wanting to be referred as they is okay, but when I say they, it's conspiratorial? Oh, man. I didn't say it was conspiratorial, Blasphemous. I said that they can interpret it as conspiratorial. Right? You're opening up for its a possible non-generous interpretation of what you're saying as being conspiratorial. I'm not saying that it is conspiratorial. I'm just saying that your opponents, them, they, the people who call you a conspiracy nut, those people, you give them ammunition. I think they are trying to confuse me. No, they're just making a not a generous interpretation of what you're trying to say, Blasphemous. Maybe some of them are trying to confuse you, but that's kind of weird, right? Putting words in your head. Oh, wait, what's that called? It's called something. Gaslighting, right? Maybe they're trying to gaslight you. I don't know. I think most of the gaslighting that happens are not like intentional gaslighting. I think it's just people being ignorant. Blasphemous says, was that really the end of the game? I think it's gonna take a while, right? We're gonna figure out the mystery and whatnot. So I decided to go on lunch and finish the game tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, probably finishing the game tomorrow. But now it's lunchtime, 42 minutes ago. That's... I thought a logo and I thought it ended. No, that was me. It was me. I saved and quit. Alright. So thanks for hanging out today. Actually, that looks gross. It looks gross. It doesn't... What's that green stuff? I don't know. It is really tasty though. All right, yeah. Thanks for hanging out and see you next time. Cheers.